He booked the 18th, and then he came down. That was why he came down to. He was on 9 under and came back to 8 under. So, but we're talking about Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Okay, let us look at the two of them, the two best players first in the world. Yes. Tiger and Rory, and Rory.
Actually, Rory is now number 3.
Yeah, but of course, by the ranking, we understand that in terms of the marketability and whatever it is, if Rory has, we expect he's the defending champion of this particular champion, the USPGA, the last major. Sisi said, this man, Tiger, if I do not win the major this year, it will. I mean, but this year he has won five PGA events. I mean, nobody has done that on whatever. Moving back to world number 1. I mean, is that not enough for him?
I think the first thing I would ask is, why is it that when McIlroy is coming up, Tiger Woods seems to be going down? Because that's exactly what you look at with this particular competition. Rory came good. No, Rory came good. Tiger, his performance kind of let him down. And you have to look at the fact that there are so many of these guys that have been up there that performed quite well, especially in the first 2 rounds. In the first 2 rounds, you had a lot of them shooting 60s and all that. But the course, it became a little bit more difficult for them.
No, but I have seen this course. This course is where people are just making birdies like water. I mean, yes, because I think yesterday at your point, you're talking about 234, birdies.
Exactly.
So I mean, at a point, maybe before Justin Rose went back, the guy was on the coaster. Adam Scott was on the coaster.
Exactly.
So why is Tiger fan? Not much. Look at the course. It's not as difficult as the Scottish.
After 21 majors, you ask yourself, maybe it's a psychological thing.
No, well, let us maybe like the thing is
maybe it's not just. I remember sometimes when you put so much pressure on yourself, so it's not difficult for you to excel because before the tournament started, he had already put that pressure on himself. He needs to win this one. If he wasn't having that at the back of his mind, he just want to play, enjoy it. He might just have a chance, but the pressure is now on himself. He wanted it and he has gotten it. Exactly, he has gotten it, and right now he's not happy with himself. Maybe just that pressure and that mental toughness has deserted him. That's why he's not really.
Because he look at him winning 5 PGAs, and then because maybe there is no pressure.
No pressure, exactly.
Look, I will catch Sam Mead, whether you like it or not. He's on 79. Sam Mead is on 82. 3 more PGA, and he become he has won the best of all time in terms of PGA titles. So he knows that one is winnable.
And the major now,
15th major,
Jack Nicklaus.
4 to go.
4 to go.
I remember.
But he's got age on his side.
Yeah, no, of course it's 30. It's 35 now.
37?
Is it 37 now?
Yeah, I think so.
But he can.
1976?
Jack Nicklaus won his last at 45 or something or whatever. So he could still be there. There's still of 40 up. I think who are they playing? But what I'm trying to say here is that. All right, Sonny. Okay, I think we are told that Sonny is back on the line. Hello, Sonny.
Yes. Good afternoon once again.
All right, I think we are hearing you clearer now.
Okay.
My last question was how do you say this season? How do you rate Ibom performance in the just concluded female league season?
I would say our performance was good in the 2012-2013 the football season. My girl did so well and above average, I must say. And all the areas that we discovered that we are not doing well, we are going to dot our I and cross our T and preparation for a new football season. I want to assure you that we'll come out stronger than we were in the last football season. That's what I can say for now.
Okay. So what target are you setting for yourself for the next season?
We are just, in fact, our target is to top the league and represent Nigeria in the Middle Continental female soccer.
Okay. So and you believe that you have the players and the resources, that will take you there, that will make you achieve that objective?
Very sure, because we are trying to cast ourselves into the uncommon transformation that our governor is doing in Akwa Ibom State. And we want to take that into the female football area, whereby we can make sure that we come out top. Because for resources we have, all what we need to do is to to bring in players to fortify the area we discovered that we are weak in the team. And once we do that, I see no reason why we should not top the league and represent the country in the female continental soccer.
Okay, but for now, do you rate Ibom Queen to be in the same level as Pelican Queens and Rivers Angels?
In fact, we want to grow above them in terms of quality of players, in terms of management of the female soccer, because they have been there for some years, and we are just coming up. And that's why people are hearing about Ibom Angels now. Not that Ibom Angels have been existing for some time, but they did not have the quality of players they are having now. And two, they do not have the sound managerial ability that we are witnessing now. So all those factors put together, I want to show you that we'll do better than the clubs you've mentioned.
Okay, so let me ask you, what were the major challenges that you faced in the just concluded season?
Yes, one major one is vehicle to travel. You know, we have three important clubs here in the state. One is Aqua United, the Premiership club in the state. Another one is Aqua Starlet. And we are the only female team. So when two of us are traveling for our away match, of course, you know that concession will be given to Aqua United and Aqua Starlet being the male team. And before it comes to us. So we intend to have our own bus. So we have our own bus. Most likely now will be on promotion to play in the elite group in the country. I believe that would also enhance our chances of getting promotion. Arriving for an away match on time will also assist us. So that's what I can say.
Okay. I want to ask you this. What of the welfare of your staff? You know, I was told that you had challenges in meeting up with their salaries and also their sign-on fees for this season, and it has not been so with the club formally. What was the problem?
There's no problem for now because all those ones have been settled last week. My players are happy, and this is the first time in the history of the club that we are paying match bonuses. Their sign-on fees, their match bonuses have just been paid. So for that, there's no problem. Both players and officials.
We were also told that maybe that your team, that your players have been on half salary since the beginning of the season. Have you been able to clear up the backlog of the salaries?
Yes. The new SA has taken that as a priority. That will be tackled immediately. In fact, I'm talking to you. When I met him last week, he's working on that. So there's no problem.
Okay, that means you are going to pay the outstanding salaries now. All the backlog of
arrears. All the arrears, and we are starting on a new slate because the subvention has been approved for us. So we are going to get our salary as when due.
Okay. What of the accommodation? The accommodation of your players? We were told that for some time maybe that even the PACN cut off the light, and then they had problem with water and other things. Have you been visiting the hostel?
Yes, I personally investigated that, and it was rectified. The water is flowing, and I also intend to renovate the place I will liaise with the landlord of the place to see that the nets are changed and the car will look good during our preparation stages. So we will do that.
All right. Is it not too much burden? Like your management team, do you also have a marketing arm, or all the funds come from government directly to fund the team? Do you on your own also go out to look for funds, to segment whatever the government is giving to you?
No, actually we've not done that. All the resources come from government. I think being a government team, we need to do that. We must have an approval from the government. If they will permit us, then we can have a marketing officer that would help us go out and source for money for us. and other maybe equipment. Not necessarily the money, equipment and other things.